So I have a pretty big update on the alligator snapping turtle setup. Big change is, as you can see, there's a divider in there right now. The reason there's a divider in there right now is because one of the alligator snapping turtles is far outpacing the other. Current weight right now on the bigger one is 210 grams, and the smaller one, Yoshi, has actually went down from about 95 grams and slowly dropped to 89 grams currently right now. So I had to try and rectify this situation and find out what's going on. So I took out, for one thing, I took out the big giant log structure just because I wanted to kind of see a little bit more what was going on and be able to watch the turtles a little bit more. And Yoshi spent all the time in that small log structure. And the main reason I put this in is because I wanted to see if Yoshi was eating, and I have not noticed Yoshi eating. I've tried tilapia fillets. I've also tried little chunks of shrimp. And what was happening before is I would lay them in there because Yoshi would not take from a set of tongs. Koopa will take food from a set of tongs, or if I lay them in front of him, he will readily eat them. But Yoshi will not do either. And I was able to put the food directly in Yoshi's mouth, a piece of tilapia, and he just kind of spit it right out. So ever since I took live minnows out of here, he is not consuming them, or not even trying. And speaking of which, there's literally one minnow remaining. This thing's been in here for like a month. He's right there. So there's Koopa right back there on his side. And Yoshi is buried down underneath right there. So that's the current setup right now, and I almost feel like I have to just put minnows in there. So that's the only thing I know that he for sure eats, and he just hasn't taken to anything else, and it's been quite a while actually. I actually think he's nibbling on the plants because I've seen some bites out of it. So I believe he has been nibbling on plants, but he's gonna need a lot more than that to sustain himself. And just judging by the fact that his weight has dropped a little bit, I'm gonna have to put minnows back in there. So I wanted to give him more of a balanced diet, but it seems like minnows is the only thing he'll eat, and I'm gonna have to give him some minnows and see if his weight rebounds back up a little bit. So that's the current setup right now. Like I said, based on the weights, I mean, Koopa is just gigantic compared to Yoshi. So I will revisit this video after I get some minnows in it. All right, so I went over 3 weeks without any minnows, trying to get both of them to eat either fish fillets or shrimp or a combination of the two. And only one of them, Koopa, readily started taking all of that stuff. But unfortunately, Yoshi did not take them at all. And he just literally would not eat them. Even if you put them in his mouth when he was luring, he'd just spit the fish out. So he will only eat the live fish that I've found so far. So I did take out the grate that I had in there. The reason I did that is because all the fish were congregating on the right side of the aquarium in the slightly deeper end, and Yoshi's on the left side, so he was luring and there was no fish. So I took out the grate, so it's back to the way it was. The only difference is the giant log house is now no longer in there, which has been encouraging Yoshi to actually, you know, be out and about a little bit more. And he has his little log structure, and Koopa has his log structure over there. So that's the way it is right now. There's minnows in there, and I believe Yoshi is getting fish now. So he dropped weight throughout a month's period of time, actually a little over a month, and he kept steadily dropping like 1 to 2 grams per week, and just not gonna have that. So Yoshi is currently right there with his head in the sand, right down there, and Koopa is right there. He is getting pretty big. So let's see here. There he is. So that is the setup right now and the update.